In our world of climate-controlled comfort, it's easy to forget that humans have been battling heat for thousands of years. Today, we rely on electricity-powered air conditioning that, ironically, contributes to the very warming it's designed to combat. But what if I told you that ancient civilizations developed sophisticated cooling systems that worked without a single volt of electricity? Systems so effective and sustainable that modern architects are turning to them for inspiration. Welcome to a journey across time and continents, where we'll discover how ancient engineers from Egypt, Mesopotamia, India, Greece and Rome managed to create comfortable living spaces in some of the world's hottest regions. Let's begin our exploration in ancient Egypt, a civilization that flourished along the banks of the Nile River over 5,000 years ago. Surrounded by the merciless Sahara Desert, ancient Egyptians faced temperatures that regularly exceeded 100 degrees Fahrenheit or 38 degrees Celsius. Their first defense against the heat started with the very walls of their homes. Unlike modern concrete and steel that absorb and conduct heat, Egyptians built with mud bricks, a simple mixture of Nile mud, straw and sometimes animal hair. This humble material was actually an ingenious choice. Mud is a poor conductor of heat, meaning it kept the scorching desert heat outside during the day while retaining interior warmth when temperatures dropped at night. But the wealthy and powerful took cooling a step further with a brilliant architectural innovation called the Malqaf. These tall towers extended above the building's roof with openings that faced the prevailing northern winds. As wind blew past, these towers would capture it and funnel it down into the building's interior. For those who couldn't afford ornate wind-catching towers, ingenuity provided another solution. Reed mats hung over windows and doors weren't just for shade, they were regularly sprayed with water. When the desert breeze blew through these damp mats, the process of evaporation pulled heat from the surrounding air, creating a natural cooling effect. This might be the world's first window air conditioner, and it ran on nothing but wind and water. Traveling east to Mesopotamia, the land between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers in modern-day Iraq, we find another cradle of civilization where humans faced similar challenges with the relentless heat. In Sumerian cities dating back to 4000 BCE, urban planners understood something we still practice today. Shared resources mean greater efficiency. Houses were built clustered together with shared walls, which meant fewer exterior surfaces exposed to the sun's rays. These homes also featured thick walls and tiny windows, minimizing heat transfer. At the ancient city of Hamoukar, archaeologists discovered something remarkable. Double-walled living quarters with a 2-inch gap between walls. This airspace acted as insulation, much like the way modern double-paned windows work. Imagine? They were pioneering the principles of insulation 6,000 years ago. Perhaps most impressive was their combination of underground water channels called qanats, with wind catchers known as badgirs. This ingenious system brought air down through towers, passed it over cool water in underground channels, and then distributed it throughout buildings. The system created a natural air circulation that could drop interior temperatures by as much as 20 degrees Fahrenheit. One of the best examples of this sophisticated climate control was found on Failaka Island in modern Kuwait, where settlers implemented these cooling techniques as early as 2000 BCE. Moving further east to the Indian subcontinent, we find the Harappan civilization flourishing along the Indus River around 2600 BCE. Here, engineers faced not just heat but also crushing humidity. Harappan cities featured large communal water reservoirs strategically placed throughout settlements. Beyond providing drinking water, these massive pools created cooling microclimates through evaporation, essentially functioning as giant natural air conditioners for public spaces. In drier regions of India, communities developed remarkable structures called stepwells or boweries. These architectural marvels descended several levels below ground, with concentric rings of steps leading to water sources. The deeper you went, the cooler the temperature became, sometimes 10 to 15 degrees cooler than street level. These became natural gathering places during hot days. On a personal level, Indians kept cool with a brilliant invention that's still used today, the matka. These porous clay pots allowed small amounts of water to seep through to the exterior. As this moisture evaporated in the heat, it drew thermal energy from the remaining water inside, keeping drinks refreshingly cool without refrigeration. Another architectural marvel was the Jaali perforated stone or wooden screens with precise geometric patterns. These weren't just decorative. The openings on the exterior were larger than those facing interior rooms, creating what scientists now call the Venturi effect. As air passed through these narrowing channels, it accelerated, creating a cooling breeze inside. These elegant screens also filtered harsh sunlight while maintaining privacy. Our journey now takes us to the Mediterranean world of ancient Greece and Rome, where sophisticated engineering reached new heights. While we often associate aqueducts with Roman engineering, evidence suggests the concept originated with the Minoans on Crete around 2000 BCE. These water transport systems evolved over millennia, culminating in the grand Roman aqueducts that still stand today. In wealthy Roman homes, water was channeled through ceramic or lead pipes, hidden within walls. As the water circulated, it absorbed heat from the structure, cooling interior spaces, essentially creating an early form of radiant cooling that modern buildings still use today. The Romans also pioneered the Hypocaust, a hollow space beneath floors where air could circulate. While primarily used for heating in winter, this system could be adapted for cooling in summer by circulating fresh air from underground chambers. Both Greeks and Romans made extensive use of atrium-style courtyards at the center of homes. During the day, doors facing the courtyard would remain open, allowing hot air to rise and escape through the open roof. At night, these doors would close, trapping cooler air inside as temperatures dropped. Public spaces benefited from the cooling effects of fountains and artificial ponds. These water features created refreshing microclimates in plazas and marketplaces, while serving as community gathering spots, combining social needs with climate control. What's most remarkable about these ancient cooling methods isn't just their ingenuity, but their sustainability. Using nothing but the natural properties of materials, air movement and water, our ancestors created comfortable environments in some of the world's harshest climates. Today, as we face growing concerns about energy consumption and climate change, architects and engineers are rediscovering these ancient techniques. From wind towers in Dubai to courtyards in contemporary Spanish architecture, from double-skinned facades in high-rises to ceramic cooling systems in eco-buildings, the wisdom of the ancients lives on in cutting-edge sustainable design. Perhaps the solution to our future cooling challenges doesn't require inventing something new, but remembering something very old. By looking back at how our ancestors mastered climate control without fossil fuels or electricity, we might find our way forward to a more sustainable, comfortable future. In the end, the most powerful technologies might not be the newest or most complex, but the ones that work in harmony with nature rather than against it. Sometimes, the most advanced solution is the one that's been right in front of us all along.